Okay, so I've made a theory about the Star Wars human timeline that, honestly, if you go back and watch Star Wars, honestly doesn't make sense at all with how the humans actually got there. But I have sorted your problems. Yes, I have sorted them for anybody that is a Star Wars fan. I have managed to suss it out, basically. So, without further ado, let's just get into it, I guess. So, all right. So, first of all, what the heck is up with the Star Wars human timeline, basically? So, alright, let's go back a bit. So, I'm literally reading this off my computer at the minute. So, basically, so we know A New Hope, so New Hope is basically, 0 ABY, which is after the Battle of Yavin. So, just to get you out there, ABY means after the Battle of Yavin. So the Battle of Yavin was basically the what was it? It was basically the battle of the first Death Star getting blown up, basically. And ABY means before the Battle of Yavin. So like I don't know. So when Revenge of the Sith happened, that was BBY. So I have managed to go do a bit of research and managed to do a bit of the bit of calculations and stuff like that, whatnot, and just so I can so I can go back and see when humans actually came onto Star Wars. So, so first of all, here we go. So, A New Hope took place in 1593 AD, basically, in our timeline. So that was oh, I can't remember whenabouts it was, but then, but Empire Strikes Back, the second Star Wars film that came out, 3 years after A New Hope, that would be 1596 AD. Then you had it will be therefore 3 ABY after the Battle of Yavin, so that means it will be 3 ABY, which was when Empire came was in Star Wars, basically in the Star Wars timeline. But you also have the Phantom Menace, which took place in 30 years before the Death Star was destroyed. So that would be 32. So that the Death Star was the first the first Death Star was destroyed in 0 ABY, and the Phantom Menace, which was the one with Darth Maul and Jar Jar Binks and Qui-Gon Jinn and Liam Neeson playing as Qui-Gon Jinn. That was 32 years before, basically. So I managed to do the math. So 1,593 take away 32. That got me to 1,561. And so I even did a bit of research on what species Luke Skywalker was. So it says Luke Skywalker, a force-sensitive human male, was a legendary master who fought in the Galactic Civil War during the reign of the Galactic Empire. So his origin is definitely human, but the one thing I want to know is how he managed to get there. So the origins of it says the origins of humans in Star Wars is unknown, though many in the galaxy believe that they originated on Coruscant. Coruscant is like the main Jedi Council planet, basically. It's basically like one giant city as a planet, basically. But they appear in a lot of pretty much almost every single Star Wars film. So like you had Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han Solo, Princess Leia, Luke Skywalker, Emperor Palpatine, all of them, even the Mandalorians, even most of the Jedi Council were as well. Like Mace Windu, Samuel L. Jackson, he was a human as well. But I did a bit of research, and so what happened in 1561? So, as we said, 1,593 take away 32 is 1,561. So, I did a bit of research, and it says, so what happened in 1561? It says, April 14th, a battle of UFOs was seen in the sky over Nuremberg, Germany in the year 1561. But that's what I'm think. But another thing, which I'm probably going into in a other video, is how they managed to get the technology. Obviously, it's all space technology and stuff like that. Like the lightsaber, it's all space technology with the kyber crystals and stuff like that inside them. But how they managed to actually like create it is, I'm not too sure. But I'm gonna go through that to another video. But another thing is Anakin Skywalker's mum, Shmi Skywalker, and she was born in 72 BBY, and Anakin Skywalker was born in 41 BBY. So I did the math again. So Luke Skywalker was born in 19 BBY. So 1593 take away 72, that is 1521. And so I did a bit more research on, so like it says in Earth years. So hold on, wait. So Shmi Skywalker was either kidnapped by aliens and was pregnant with Anakin Skywalker on Earth and gave birth to him in 41 BBY, and on Tatooine, and lived the rest of her life as a slave, living on Tatooine until she was bought by this other guy that they got married together and whatnot, until she died in Episode 2, The Attack of the Clones. But during the time of 1541, King Henry VIII was at rule in England. Basically, he was the King of England. But in the Phantom Menace, also Qui-Gon Jinn meets tiny Anakin Skywalker and his mum and asks about his mother about Anakin's dad, and she says there isn't a father. She was either one thing, she was either impregnated by the Force or she was impregnated by someone else on Earth, which before she was abducted by aliens and taken to Tatooine for the rest of her life. But that bit where she was impregnated by the Force, I don't believe that. I don't really think that. The Force is a thing that, like the Force is all around us, like, as in the Force Awakens. Someone in The Force Awakens was saying, like, the Force isn't a thing. It's the Force isn't a thing. It's everywhere. It's like universal, basically. But I don't get how something that is universal and unlimited, basically, can, basically, destroy, or like, not really destroy, but give life, basically. I know it could force heal, like we've seen that in the Rise of Skywalker, the latest Star Wars film. But yeah, no, but I also did a bit more research. What happened in 1521? So nothing really comes up here, but I have a little challenge for you guys. Search up. So I'll finish watching the rest of this video, but what I want you guys to do, basically, is I want you guys to search up at the end, after you've watched this, what happened in 1521. I've got on January 3rd, 1521, Pope Leo the 10th issued the papal bull Descent Romanum. Sorry if I get this wrong, by the way. Pontificem. I can't read that. It's confusing. It's like old Latin words, or something. But which excommunicates Martin Luther from the Catholic Church. 3 months later, Luther was called to defend his beliefs before Holy Roman Emperor Charles V at the Diet of Worms, where he was famously defiant, or something like that. But then I also created a little timeline as well in the thing. So you have in the so first of all, you have, so think about it. So Earth, you have the Tudor era. At the minute, you had King Henry VIII ruling, and Shmi Skywalker was living as a slave, and was abducted by aliens, basically. So then, she was abducted by aliens and taken to Tatooine, where she would spend the rest of her lives as a slave. But I think Watto, the alien that had Anakin Skywalker work for him in Phantom Menace, yeah, I think she abducted him, and then yeah, and then taken Tatooine for the rest of her life, and yeah, basically. And then after she settled in Tatooine, or after she arrived on Tatooine, she gave birth to Anakin Skywalker. And then after that, you had um, that Anakin became a Jedi, and he met Padme, the Queen of Naboo, or wait, yeah, the Princess of Naboo, basically, and they got married basically. But in episode two of Star Wars: Attack of the Clones, Shmi dies from the hand of Tusken Raiders. You know, in episode one is where Luke was attacked by that thing in Beggar's Canyon. That's why he was getting attacked with until Obi-Wan saved his life. But it was old Obi-Wan from the New Hope. Then after that, Anakin and Padme, Padme was pregnant with Luke Skywalker, and then obviously, but obviously, the whole battle against Obi-Wan and Anakin on Mustafar, the lava planet from Revenge of the Sith. But Padme, she died giving birth to Anakin. I mean, not Anakin, Luke. So, and then after that, Darth Vader. Then Anakin became Darth Vader. Luke was living on Tatooine, whilst Leia was living on Alderaan, which is kind of like Naboo, but it's not really the same. And then obviously, you know the rest. Star Wars a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and basically that bit where every title card at the start, it has a title card saying a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But that's the thing. I've managed to work it back so the thing doesn't. So it makes sense, but it doesn't. But so it makes sense a bit more to like people basically. But yeah. So but what I am. But it might not make sense to you if you watch it the first time. It's kind of like watching Inception, that Leonardo DiCaprio film. You might watch it the first time, but then you watch it a second time and you're like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And then you watch it, I don't know, second or third time, and then you slowly start to grasp it. So if this video is a bit confusing, then go back and watch it, just so you can understand it. But yeah, but what I want you guys to do, I want you guys to search up what happened in 1521 that could somehow link to Star Wars and space and stuff like that, to something about humans getting abducted and whatnot like that, basically. So yeah, so that's what I want you guys to do, basically. But hopefully this video has been interesting for you guys and you've enjoyed it. Not Corona. But guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Yeah, as I was saying, if it doesn't make sense, watch it again just so you can like refresh your memory, or like just so you can understand it a bit more. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in another episode of something soon. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope it's interesting. Goodbye.